Welcome to Pocket Women Lockpicking and Lock Sport. Today I'm going to pick a lock and I'm going to do a shout out. Now let's start off with the shout out. The shout out is for the Lock Sportscast. Now this is something that's been started by Charles Builds Crap. Now you all remember Charles Builds Crap. Here, I'll remind you, just do my little techie pan around here like this. Get this right. Oh, almost there. Okay, it's close enough. Remember this logo? CBC, Charles Builds Crap. Well, he started a sportscast, the Lock Sportscast. Now what that's about, it's all about the community, the Locksport community. But it's not just the YouTube Locksport community, it is the whole Locksport community. Let me show you what I mean. Get this in frame for you. Okay, so we're looking at, he's talking last show, it's usually on a Friday or a Saturday he puts it up. We're talking about updates on the community, like updated on Starry Lock last week. Talking about Tool looking for DEFCON presenters. This one was themed children and teens in sport, so kids who picked up the sport from their parents. Mentioned another black belt in the, is it Reddit? I'm not sure what that is. Talks about exclusive giveaways that are happening. Now it's the community. It's the Locksport community that are giving him information. So he wants you to contact him with all your information on the community. So it's a community based Lock Sportscast. So you get to send in content and he'll put it on his show. So you can contact him in a few ways. You can contact him through email, through Reddit. Email is podcast@thelocksportscast.com. Reddit, he's current C57 on Reddit Locksport. On Discord, it's Lockpickers United as current, or Extraordinary League of Pickers as current, and CBC as current. He's got a PayPal-y thing, a Patreon-y thing. Now if you give him content and he uses it in his show, he will list you as one of the producers of that show. Yep. But also, by giving him content for the show, you go into a monthly draw to win one of those really cool Paclocks I just showed you at the start. And it doesn't matter if you've won one before on his YouTube channel or elsewhere, you can still have a shot at winning another one. So there's a few ways you can submit your information for the podcast. You can do it through email, Reddit, Discord, Lockpickers United, Extraordinary League of Pickers, and CBC. So all those ways you can contact him. Now you'll receive one entry for each item of use that he uses in the podcast for that month. Or you can get an entry by sharing the podcast on social media. Make sure he knows about it by tagging him and email him, or a screenshot or other proof that you've flicked him a mention. Now he'll pay for shipping within the US. If you're over the pond, you'll need to pay for the shipping if you win. Reserves the right to change and liabilities and all of that sort of stuff. So how cool is that? So not only do you get to help create a really cool thing in the community, a sportscast, a podcast. I've only just found out what one of those is. You also get to be part of the content. So I think that's really cool, a really cool thing to support. So Fridays, possibly Saturdays, if he's working, is when he will produce the podcast. So get the information to him before the Thursday, I'd say, so he can compile the information and get it going. Now, I'm going to try and pick this lock. I want to pick this lock for Quick Pick Thursday. Let's see if we can get it done. It's unlocked because I've had a shot at picking it already. This is what I got from SE Lock and Key. Beautiful Schlage deadbolt, I think it is, because it's got the holes. I think the Mortis one has the thread, I'm not sure. But here we go. So, locking it up. Clearing the pins. Right, commercial tension wrench. Top of the keyway. Tricky to hold. And it's a tricky keyway too. It's actually going at an angle. So I'm using this thin goso kind of pick. Going to go in up the back, see if anything's binding. Oh yep, slight turn on the coil, not a lift, but not too much of a lift on that pin, but it gave a twig. So I don't usually do Quick Pick Thursdays because I can't pick things quickly. But I reckon I've got a shot at this one because I've been playing with it and I seem to be getting it pretty quick. So I'm hoping I can get it just as quick while it's on camera. And it's a really nice lock to pick. But definitely check out Charles and his new Sportscast, the Locksport Cast. I think it's really cool. So it's unlike what the Helpful Lockpick is doing, which is Locksport Update, which is just related to what's happening on YouTube. The Locksports Cast is all about what's happening over the wider Locksport community. And I found out some really interesting information listening to the last one. I didn't even know half the stuff existed because I'm only on the one platform. So if you're pretty singular like me, you find out all sorts of other stuff that's going on, which is really cool. Sort of wants a bit of oomph in the tension, which is not easy when you're holding it and tension it with just the one finger. This is not turning out to be much of a quick pick. Camera shy, that'll be right. just concerned about this pick being too thin, as in the material. And if I push too hard on that back pin, it's going to bend it. And then this pick gets stuck because it's too tall. So that QA wants you to come in real sideways. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's always pin one, isn't it? Got it. I will gut this lock one day, but not today. I think I've used up enough time already. So yeah, check out the Lock Sportscast. You'll be doing yourself a favour. I'll leave all the links and stuff in the description below for the Lock Sportscast and for SE Lock and Key. Get over there, check out the Saturday live he does, very entertaining. Stay legal, everyone. Temptation is everywhere.